Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 and the conclusion of this replay right now. Siege Tank now trying to move into position, but Hydralisk quickly getting in there. Hydralisk quickly focusing down those units, able to take down two of those Hydralisks, but once again trying to re-engage, and those Zerglings coming in. I'm trying to pull back, but you should never ever run away from Zerglings or Zerg while they're on that creep. I was hoping to be able to get some distance and then use that move and attack ability, or the chase and attack, the kiting ability of those Marauders, but that didn't really work out for me. I should have unloaded these Marauders as well and continued to push out. He's now sitting at 64 over 76, while I'm sitting at 69 over 76, or over 86, and I can really just push in at this point. I'm not quite sure why I don't. More inject larva, KawaiiZerg being able to inject larva and just really produce a lot of units from those hatcheries. I think for a balance issue, I think the queens inject larva shouldn't spawn four larvae. I think that's a little bit too much macro at this point, but the game is fairly balanced. Maybe I just need to improve my macro just a little bit more. Destructible rocks now being destroyed on this backhand side, and I think I catch a glimpse of these units coming around this backhand side from these Marines. These Marines catch some of those units moving out. Now I have some Vikings in the air. In order to try to push out. Siege tanks should probably continue to move in. I do not know that all of these units are sitting over here, but in fact I see those units with the Vikings, and I realize he's coming around that backhand side, and he's in fact destroyed his own back door for me. Planetary Fortress has been upgraded, so has been built. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to take down this backhand side, realizing that I can perhaps come in and destroy this on this positioning right here. So I'm going to try to come in and try to deal as much damage as I can. I should have gone straight for those mineral lines, but now taking down some of those evolution chambers, and Hydralisk now coming in as well. Units going to be coming in from the backhand side, and things are not looking good for me. Hydralisk getting blasted a little bit, but still being able to focus down. Hydralisk being able to focus down more of those units, and my attack is just going to get surrounded and flanked in this position. So a little bit of a miscue by my part. Zerglings or Hydralisk now shooting down and able to take down this attack force. So my attack force pretty much dwindled down. My army sitting at 39 over 86, and I realize I really need to make a power play in order to continue this game, in order to try to figure out how how I can play this out and perhaps still salvage this game as I overcommitted in that one particular fight. Hydralisk now moving out. Hydralisk now moving out does have that damage upgrade and range upgrade. Meanwhile, my my engineering bay currently upgrading to 1-1 on my Marines and my Marauders, also getting that nanosteel upgrade for my building armor. So I'm going to have upgraded building armors on my planetary fortress, and I'm hoping that upgraded building armor will in fact be able to survive an attack from Hydralisk, and having the planetary fortress fight back and destroy some of those Hydralisks as well. So siege tanks now being produced, and now I have some supply depots and getting another sensor tower on that backhand side. Realize that Hydralisks are coming in, and he quickly finds this command center. The command center was upgrading to a planetary fortress, but I was a little bit too late in trying to capture that, and now we have a group of Hydralisks and Roaches. So Zerglings also coming in, destroying this sensor tower. Unfortunately, me not able to really move any units over there. Have those two sensor towers just overlapping, and now I see a couple of Zerglings and that single SCV getting taken down. Moving some Marines over. Marines do not have that combat shield. Zerglings are upgraded 1-1. Gonna quickly take those down and now try to move out. I think I'm playing a little bit too passively now, as I feel that he has a larger army just because I pushed in on a really bad position. Sitting at 52 over 86, and I'm sitting on 1,000 minerals, and I am going to be macroing up right now. I'm just trying to set up my economy, trying to get all of my upgrades in position. I'm getting that the armor upgrade. Oh, you can upgrade the. No, you can only upgrade the building armor of the buildings only once. So the Terran blading will go from 3 to 5. Hydralisk now still slithering around, trying to figure out where exactly they can go. There's an army of Zerglings sitting in here, and basically blue has a lot of control of the map. Those Zerglings are going to be trying to come up, perhaps trying to take down some of those supply depots. Marines in position, trying to protect that siege tank, and siege tank. Poor Zerglings have been killed. So once again, those Zerglings fluttering away. Now this mass Hydralisk coming into position and destroying this right here. What's the cost of a Hydralisk? Hydralisk cost 150, so double the gas from the original StarCraft, and only 25 more minerals. for effectively a much more powerful unit in terms of having a high base damage. Now with an upgraded 14 damage, as that it finally has that level 2 upgrade. So level 2 upgrades for that spine attack and that armor right there. So a lot of Hydralisks now moving out. A swarm of Hydralisks. I think I should have started to tech some. Excuse me. Try to tech some Ravens, and then try to get some of that Hunter-Seeker missile that everyone's been telling me about. Also, I could have gotten Thors as well. I did in fact get an armory, and I wanted to start trying to produce some Thors, but I think I just forgot to, so I apologize to everyone who really wants me to go Thors. I didn't go Thors in this particular matchup. We have an Overlord and a Hatchery now coming down into position. I have some Marines and a small just attack force trying to move out, trying to figure out what exactly this attack force can do. Perhaps I can try to limit the number of expansions he has. I find that he is, in fact, trying to take this this yellow mineral expansion, and I'm thinking that I can take this as well. So he quickly cancels it and moves back away, and now I'm coming in trying to finish off this rest of this attack. Now here comes those Hydralisks and those Roaches. Planetary Fortress trying to fight back this whole entire attack right there. Roaches going in first, very nicely done. SCVs trying to repair. We have tanks on that high ledge. I should have moved some tanks over into a better position to try to destroy more of those Hydralisks, but those Hydralisks just getting taken down right now. All these SCVs trying to repair this Planetary Fortress, but even with 5 armor, those Hydralisks were just too much and able to take it down. So those Hydralisks dealing 9 damage a shot, able to take down that one Planetary Fortress. And right now those Hydralisks and those Roaches still moving out. He's sitting on an 86 over 85 food army. I'm sitting at 66 over 83, but I've also lost more Zerglings than he has. Come in with Marauders, but those Marauders are taking full damage from those Hydralisks, while those Hydralisks also have a much more armor. Also a 4 armor Roach quickly getting taken down by some of my siege tanks as it splashes over damage right now, and now in comes some Zerglings. So things are not looking good for me. I'm trying to recover from this game. I have a small attack force out here, and those Hydralisks are just still too much for me to counter. Hydralisks are so easy to mass, and they're so versatile that I just have a really hard time trying to deal with them. Hydralisk quickly taking down that siege tank, and now it's trying to move back out. Hydralisk with that 90 hit points. I think that's the only 90 hit point unit, or with that, it's a 90 hit point range unit that is considered light. And here I am just trying to fight back. Here I have a couple siege tanks moving out. My siege tanks are in fact upgraded, plus 17 base damage and an additional 11 attack. The siege mode does 65 damage a shot, so quickly losing one of my factories right there, continuing to try to push in. Zerglings trying to push in as well, trying to move back even further, but those Hydralisks just picking and choosing their fights, and his army sitting at 76 over 126, while my army, although it is pretty nice right now, sitting at only 32 over 59 as I finish up the rest of those Hydralisks. And now more Hydralisks coming in to finish off the rest of my main base right now. So KawaiiZerg taking this game from me because I don't think I was aggressive enough, or perhaps too aggressive when I tried to push in on this backside, not taking out that expansion and not getting Banshees. But Banshees would have been a real waste anyways, as there were so many Hydralisks. I now have five siege tanks. Those siege tanks in non-siege mode are actually weaker against Hydralisks than in the original StarCraft 1. So that's why those siege tanks, even though they are 3 food now, not quite as good against those Hydralisks. I think those Hydralisks, I still need to try to find a good counter towards Hydralisks. Besides, Banshees don't work, Marines don't work, Marauders don't work, tanks don't work. It's really medevac stim to Marines with shields, but that's a lot of upgrades to try to deal with just a standard unit from tier 2. Continuing the fight right now, this army of Marines just trying to take down these Zerg units, and that is going to be game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you guys on BattleNet sometime soon.